So hi everyone, today in this video we're gonna make as we're going on in our marathon, in our business, then the people tend to suffer more in their lives, and obviously my objective is making you think more clearly by obviously using better way of your rational ability to solve the problems and not feeling attached with the business then make us make bad decision makings because we perceive worse the reality. We perceive the reality based because we use more our emotional brains that as and gives use of heuristics, then they kind of are lower in the effort in comparison with all the process of logical reasoning. But sometimes the reality is that the outcomes that comes with using these beast ways to see the reality, these heuristics, we have like of outcomes, which sometimes we kind of have a good ratios that we have good outcomes by lowering costs because we have using these heuristics that they kind of are like shortcuts from making decisions, but as well probably some type of errors can cause really bad things for our lives because we're prioritizing really and small decisions that are like small in terms of time made, but really bad and not based in logical sites. So now let's look for this beast, and how we can see it in the better way is always using an opening question that the way they respond is already so gonna help you to understand if you suffer with this beast or not. Have you ever kept pouring money or time in a project, or relationship, or investment simply because, and understanding that what's going to be the basement from making so and investing time in a project, relationship, or investment currently? Because you are already invested so much even when it's no longer the best option. So what if this tendency is leading you down the wrong path? That's like so the bad way. Then some type of heuristics, if are applied in the bad way, obviously so can get you bad results. So mainly is it is like a lack of logical reasoning. So we continue to do action just because you have done and you already have spent a lot of time, a lot of money applying it so in the specific type of action, whether it's investment, whether it's in spending time in a relationship. So whatever it is, the argument to remain doing action is because you already have done so much in relation to the action. So quick this, if it is an argument that you base a lot to do certain actions, probably so we're diving it in the sunk cost biz, a powerful cognitive trap that can keep us stuck in unwise decisions. So let's explore why this biz works. First, mission, the tendency to continue investing in something, whether time, money, or effort, because of what has already been invested, even when it's no longer makes sense or is beneficial. So these days, the way we feel like it's like the day they base it is because we have still a small type of wish that we need to recover what we already have spent, and so we believe that just by investing even more time we're remaining with the probability to have so getting this the type of efforts that I've spent with a positive ROIC. So even if it's leading to more losses, we still so have this type of wish that this can happen. So people have a natural tendency to justify continuing investments based on the past rather than future benefits. That's something that you have to believe that is truth. And now, just prior to having to work and giving you examples that they are successful, or in terms of you kind of really understand how this happens in real life and how to fight, that is the most essential and better so to take as a takeaway from this video. But why we have a tendency to do it, why we have to understand that you have suffered with this because our brain is made to not spend effort with at just like without having any type of attention. So our brain likes to not spend energy. And so obviously it's uncomfortable for him and obviously uncomfortable by us because we tend to be our brains. Our brain is like one of the parts of us. And so it's uncomfortable for us just so getting away from a thing that we have spent so much time because it's something that our brain not feels comfortable. It associates with having to spend all that same type of energy, effort, money in a new thing than I already have done in the past. And so I don't like it. The people doesn't like to spend money, time without so having the return back. And what happens? What could be the way that it could work to make so not fall in these bees? Probably having the ability to understand real probabilities of what are so the incomes that I can expect during action, and making it probably using, for example, a bees that I've used in posterior video, in the prior video, that was the ability bees, probably so working the bad type of thing that comes with continuing the action, and focusing probably in the good things that comes with so not continuing to do the action. So I can use sometimes, the reality is you not have to demonize this type of heuristics. What you have to demonize is when used for your, and then happens the bad things for you, but sometimes you can use it in your favor. So you can use, for example, availability piece to make it in your mind being more vivid for your mind, good things that come so with not relying doing a behavior that so it kind of fights the tendency that we have to remain with in conformity, in conformation with what you already have done and have spent in the past. So you can try to balance, you can working in psychology, we're working with trying to motivate us to do a behavior. So when we're not doing to want to be, we're not, so we don't want to stop doing a behavior, how we do it? Or you start creating bad type of things that comes with doing behavior. For example, I'm not want to remain investing time in a relationship, but I remember because I'm still stuck in, because I'm wishing that I will, so I will not like to spoil the time that I already have already spent with the people. Why not you don't attach some type of bad thing with each day that you not break with relationships? Say that you always gonna run 1 hour a day. That's something that maybe people don't like, because it's effort. It's effort. People don't like just by doing and spending effort. And you say that you're gonna always have to do each day that you not so break the action of sticking in that type of relationship that you don't see a future, and so you remain just by efforts that you are spent in the past. Working that, it's simple, it's psychology. Or you have the other side, not increasing bad side, but decreasing the good things that comes with the action that so cuts the motivation to doing it. In that time, say that what is a good thing that you kind of had by having relationship. Probably say that you, a good thing that comes is when you go for the, say, by having relationship with that person, you have access to their house and you like so to play a game that you cannot have but the people has. So what do? Probably you can make a promise that you can say that you promise, if you believe in God or not, promise to him that you not can so much more, you can never more play that game in the house of that person. What you have done? You have decreased the value that this relationship comes for you, and so less probability to remain doing the action. So now it's simple. We're gonna go so for real life examples if you will like to understand better. Example, imagine a company that's already spent millions on a project. As the project progresses, it's clear that the chances of success are slim. So doesn't exist demand, the effort that I'm putting is not having demand enough to create the profit. And however, because of the shipping money already spent, so companies works with ROIC, they have to have a positive ROIC in the investments that they do, but so they get stuck with this possibility, and what's something that reinforces the spends they already have done, the company continues investing more in hopes of making it work, even though it's no longer a sound investment. And so, moral, the more you were invested, the harder it admits that walking away might be the best decision. It's something that comes as a problem if you kind of have in the past have make some probably polemical takes that you've seen that probably you have make a promise to someone that you will certainly get the profit for that investor. It's something bad. So other thing that could be useful is not getting attached. So if you want to if you want to cut prior to the action, not make this type of thing that makes you so difficult in the future to get away from the action. So doesn't cut your ability to adapt and so make change your journey because you make some type of bad takes in the past that so prejudice your future, and that's something that so we have to get in count. People that are successful to that, people that have loss aversion, people tend to have a lot of loss aversion, they tend to suffer with that. So the idea that we fear losses and more reveal equivalent gains, it's something that so bases the sunk cost, and which more loss aversion people have, more so they have it. Commitment and consistent, that's what I have thought. People are often based toward maintaining consistency with their past decision, even if these decisions are no longer rational. And this is something that people see. A lot of people, they commit, they kind of create so commit towards the action that so making don't have plasticity in the future. So right now, how to combat the sunk cost beliefs? Focus in future outcomes, not past costs. That's mainly. So focus in good things that you can come with new actions. It's what? It's working with positive things that comes with doing other type of actions that are not the ones that I want to remain doing, which so decreases the value of remaining doing the action I'm doing. Purely psychology, purely learning by reinforcement. We're sensitive for the feedbacks that we receive from environment, mainly positives and negatives. Just use this for that. Acknowledge the past, but don't let it control you. So it's using the logical brain that your brain has to work and making better decision making. Ask for outside opinions. Sometimes when we are too close to a situation, our judgment becomes clouded, and so seeking advice, something that as well help us, something that can help us so to work in this process of transitions to one behavior for alternative that should be better for us. Set predefined limits is well something that's used. So in advance, sign where you cut your losses. So decide that if something happens in your relationship, if a specific event happens in your investment, say that if that's something that happens, you are kind of obligated to go off from other behaviors. So using the commitment, but in your favor and not taking your plasticity. So adopt a rational perspective. It's what is the basis for all these strategies that I have adopted. So I expect these videos has helped you, and as well I expect you can help me by subscribing and seeing the other videos in that channel. You become a wise person. So see you in the next one.